VCT back again, a good day, and y'all right now look unstoppable, bro. Take me through the vibes of today, because things are looking all Sentinels.
Yeah, overall today, I think we played good. There's definitely some stuff that we messed up a little bit, some whiffs here and there. I know I was whiffing throughout the match, so I'm sure if I was shooting, it could have been a strong performance. But overall, I think it was pretty good. I think we were able to mix up our tempos a lot today and also play really, really slow and smart at the same time together. So I think that was really important and one of the reasons why we were able to come out on top against C9. I do think looking at them, I think they were relying a lot on solo plays, and overall, I think because Valorant's a team game, most of the time you'll win when you play together as a team.
Naturally, I mean, that's like, this is a pretty classic sentiment to have, besides, you know, use util and shoot their heads. So it makes sense as to why you want to actually win the game too. But as of right now, you guys are sitting 8-0, not a single goddamn game dropped as we got back into it. Playoffs are in front of you with about, and the next game is within a week. So things look on the up and up. But for you though, I imagine you're feeling a lot better about yourself too, considering since you've been back, I mean, things have just looked wildly different and so much better.
I think the nice little break that we had, missing out in Shanghai and just being able to chill, relax, take a nice vacation to Cancun, and then come back stronger, I think was really important for us and our mentals, because we've been basically grinding nonstop as a team since December of last year when we had to compete in the Africa TV League. So it was just really nice to be able to come back into this split really refreshed mindsets, and I'm not really sure, it's just nice we're playing together and we're on the same page, so I think that's what's most important for us.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Because I know Cap was also saying after about 5 weeks of scrims, like you guys were just getting all mad at one another too. So yeah, I mean, which is I think really funny. So would you indulge me in perhaps what frustrations you had the team during scrims? Like was perhaps Zelsa being too loud, John had his bun too tight, Zekin was short. I don't know.
Maybe it was just like we were too clouded at the time. You know, everyone's cheering for us, and then it's just too much energy that we can't contain. So we just kind of implode, and yeah, dead team. So that's what happened to us. But I think right now, a live team, so looking good.
Yeah, GG, these suck. Can't believe TenZ fucking fell off, bro. Goddamn shit team, bro, for real. Yeah. Speaking of shit team, C9 today that you faced, that's a joke.
Okay.
No, I'm playing. But I was saying how, because I remember I talked to Oxy like way beginning of the season. And he mentioned how like he was like, bro, man, I can't wait till I get to meet TenZ, man. It's gonna be so sick. And he finally got a picture with you today too, bro. Firstly, I see mad cute and wholesome. What I wanted to ask you about is like, does it ever hit you on like how much of like a monument you are for all these like young players, bro?
It's definitely really cool to kind of see, and I mean, because I took inspiration from people in Counter-Strike as professionals, so being able to kind of like be at the top and apply myself the same way and kind of pay it forward similar to the way that I received when I was younger, I think is really cool. So I always focus on trying to be like a good role model and whatnot, and I do think that just being nice overall, being a good teammate, I think is really, really important, especially in the competitive space.
Which players did you grow up watching all the way back in CS that you thought like, man, this guy's the GOAT?
Yeah, so for me, I have two players in CS. It was both Shroud, obviously, and then the other one would be Pith. It's more of like a low-key name. He played for LG, I remember, and then also moved to NIP later on. But I think he's like, he really inspired me to like always buy the Deagle, because his Deagle was just insane.
Let's go.
And also just overall, like, he was a high sense player and it looked really flashy, so that was something that I kind of wanted to take for myself as well.
So going back a bit more towards the team and such right now, right? The continued escalation and just the energy you guys have, I find, like you were saying, just like creates this monumental pressure on all of you at all times, right? How do you manage to get away from that? Because like, I know being part of Sentinels is both a blessing and a curse at times, of course.
I think overall, you just can't let anything get to your head. I think obviously it's very, very nice to have a lot of fan support, but yeah, it does go both ways. So it's a double-edged sword. It can boost your momentum when the crowd's cheering for you, but then when you're having like a bad time, there's a lot more critics because of just the larger fan base. So overall, you just kind of have to block out the noise, and that comes with time, in my opinion. I know with when I was younger, I wasn't able to deal with noise as well as I am able to do now. I think it just comes with old age experience.
Old age, bro. Aren't you like what, like 23, like 22, bro?
I'm
What?
23. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Fuck out of here. That's crazy. To be fair, I'm like 26, but still, yeah, it's understandable. On a much lighter note, is because I know you've also been looking like stream back again too, which has been really fun to see. What I've also learned is, TenZ, can you cook like a little bit at all? Things? Can you cook at all? Do you cook?
There's a few dishes I can cook, but
Okay.
I'm not the most efficient cook. It's because I can't multitask in the kitchen. So if it's like a very simple recipe,
Okay.
then I can do it. But I'm also colorblind, so I don't really know when stuff is cooked all the way, and that's kind of like sus sometimes, especially when I was cooking chicken for kyedae.
Mhm.
I cooked it, and then I was like looking at it, I'm like, oh, that doesn't look right. And then kyedae said the same, so I put it in the microwave for 5 minutes. And then gave her that chicken. It was so dry. But I think I can cook some other stuff quite well.
Okay, all right, that's huge. Firstly, you can't microwave chicken, bro. Please never do that again, man. That's so depressing. But okay, but on another end, okay, so what stuff can you cook then? Out of curiosity, like what's your like specialty that you chef it up?
I can make chicken wings, like some nice hot wings. I actually am pretty proud of my hot wings. So I mean that's pretty easy though, because you just put it in the oven afterwards and kind of like set a timer, and then that's why it's really easy for me. The other thing I can do is chicken drumsticks, and I kind of do it like Viet style, that the way my grandma taught me, which is just it's basically just rice with chicken drumstick, and then you use lime, salt, and pepper as a dip, and it's like this sauce. It's really really good. That's about it.
Dude, that's not bad. Those are those are two pretty solid things to have in your arsenal. So I don't necessarily mind that at all. And now switching back gears to your stuff about the game, though. Do you get tired of getting aces by A on Lotus, or is that just like a vibe for you at this point?
Nice. Oh! Oh my god! Good composure, bro.
What is going to be the answer from Crew here? Surely you back away. Do you refight this? But the spike is hard.
Oh my god!
I think it's just a vibe right there. I like that spot a lot, because I just swing left, I swing right, I swing left again. So it's just kind of like I don't know, it reminds me of like a name map. So that's kind of why I like the Lotus angle, especially when I start feeling activated. I turn into like somewhat of a turret, and I'm pretty confident with taking fights in that angle because people have to swing into me.
There's been just escalations of like of prowess that you've had as a player, but also like what you're able to do for as a team. Like aside from just being comfortable in the role, though, like where do you find is going up next, right? Where you finally are able to contribute so much in terms of getting your picks and doing more across the end of the team, but is there still more left that you want to like try to elevate the team with your style of play?
Yeah, I would think that for me, I would like to just be able to mid round a little bit more. I definitely have a lot of creative ideas. That's what Kaplan usually tells me. So just being able to mid round a bit more, because normally just because of my personality, I'm a lot more of like a back like seat. I don't really like have that super energy to like take teams forward and like be this commanding voice. My ideas are a lot more like, oh, can we, like, should we, this kind of situation. But I think just with time, I'm sure as well, because I have been getting better at certain stuff like that and being a lot more of a command caller than just an info caller. So I would say that's kind of like one of my goals.
And of course, going back a bit more on the personal side, I know you're a huge anime head, which is super dope to see, as am I. Now, I just want you to give me your top 5 anime, not the one you love, but ones that people should watch to get to know you personally, you think, in any order at all.
So Hunter x Hunter, I'd say. I would also say Violet Evergarden is one of my favorites.
Hell yeah.
I'm very like I'm a fan of like animes with just like beautiful soundtracks and beautiful visuals. Hunter x Hunter is more of like that one hit my soul a little bit. Like I just felt like a kid watching it, so that was one of the reasons why I really enjoyed it. Let's see what else is on my list. Okay, Assassination Classroom, also probably in my top 3, I would say.
Banger.
It's just a beautiful anime. And let me see, I got 2 more. I would say Freerun. I think Freerun would be, I don't know, it's just very chill vibes. I enjoyed it a lot. Also pretty badass. So I kind of like that
Sucks.
journey-esque anime style. And
Mhm.
then probably for my fifth one, probably Kaguya-sama Love is War. I like that like stupid humor.
Mhm.
Also like Konosuba is very similar kind of style.
Yes.
That one. Yeah. So I like that. I like that really like dumb humor that just kind of gets you because it's just so stupid.
Mhm.
And then maybe as a bonus, this one I watched recently and it was really really good. It's called The Apothecary Diaries.
Mhm.
So I just like animes with a really like deep plots. They look nice, they sound nice, and overall you can tell that the anime studio took a lot of time like directing it and animating it fully.
Based upon that, I think you would love the Ancient Magus' Bride. That's like that's one that's like
I heard of that one.
gorgeous and like beautiful animation. So both things. And if you ever want something long to watch on the off season, Gintama is one that would fit your humor style well. If you like,
I
that.
watched the first episode and oh my god, it was
Dude,
it was unbelievable.
It's so good. It's the entire anime is just ridiculous as it stands, and there's like like 300-400 episodes. So yeah, off season if you're bored, past champions, dude, yeah, just sit down and watch Gintama, man. It's so funny, especially considering like how deep it all goes. And I agree, just the story and stuff on it is cool. Because going to you, the story, right, where as it stands right now for TenZ, for Tyson, right, I find it's continued to elevate as a whole, where there's been highs and lows and incredible feats that you managed to accomplish, right? Is there still like a high that you think that you haven't reached yet that you still want to get towards?
I'm sure me as a player, I can always keep improving. I think the most biggest thing that I've been kind of transitioning into is a lot more of a team player, role player compared to just being like a fragging duelist. So I try to give my opinion a little bit more, and I try talking a lot compared to before. I know before I was kind of like a robot that just kind of runs in. But I do think that yeah, with time, I think I can just keep improving, and day by day, like it's a climb to the top.
Because I don't know about you, Fan, like a win doesn't necessarily make you a better player, it just makes you want to strive for more, right? I find, which is like that's been the consensus for that I've gathered from a lot of people. You know, talking to Ethan earlier as well too, it was like, yeah, like I won, but you know, now what, right? That's like,
Yeah.
that's something that he has too. Do you feel the same as like, because like after a win, it's like there's not necessarily like it's not the end all be all. There's just always just thing for always hunger for like, you know, what else can I achieve now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that definitely hit me a lot after Iceland, because obviously Iceland was like a peak form for me individually, but also I was just instantly like zoned in for all my matches. So that was one thing, like because I really wanted the trophy. It was really like how do you say this? Let me reiterate this real quick.
Sure.
So because I just grew up my entire life playing CS, I wasn't on winning teams before, and so it was a nice like breath of fresh air winning the regional masters with Sentinels originally, and then going into Iceland and winning. But it was like a thing of I dreamed about winning, but it feels a little bit different compared to like actually being in the moment, because you do that like what now, and so that was kind of like a hard thing to kind of find motivation to kind of keep pushing forward, because when I guess it's like a very like woke thing to like think about, but sometimes like I'll just be chilling and I'll think about it sometimes. But yeah, it's when you're competing and you have reached like the tippy top where you've just won trophies, it definitely is like a situation in where you think like, well, what else is there? Like, what else am I doing? I think that there's certain stuff in life that you can always push further for. Either that's like relationships or like monetary gain, so stuff like that. But I think in esports, a little bit not as clear cut, and you kind of have to make the goals for yourself of what you want to achieve as a player and what you want to leave behind as like a legacy.
Where that legacy stands right now, are you happy with what you kind of left behind, or is there like, you know, more to the story of Tyson?
I have some regrets of past years, just like not playing my best, and it is like a harder, like it's easier said than done, because in the moment it was like a lot harder to find motivation. Even still, I think in terms of motivation, I'm not as motivated as what I was as in past, as like a kid just like wanting to just like go for highlight clips and just go in. So it's a lot harder for me personally, especially with ADHD. I think I was able to actually be in the zone constantly and kind of be in flow state, whereas now it's a little bit harder for me. And playing in the controller role, obviously I'm not in the action 24/7, or the action that I receive is quite different from the role of a duelist. And so the game to me right now feels a lot more slower paced, and just overall my role in the team is a lot slower.
Okay, well, I mean, considering you still managed to, you know, bring forward some very exciting plays, even though you may not necessarily see the impact inside the game, though, and outside of the game, I know a lot of us continue to watch, smile ear to ear, and be real fucking excited whenever you do get to see hit that clips, as you do continue to do so every single goddamn game, man. It's a fun ass time, but it's all the time we unfortunately have today. TenZ, thank you again so much, homie. A pleasure,
Yeah,
and always, you take care, man. Peace.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.